Hello my dear student, today I am teaching you narcotic analgesics. So which kind of points we supposed to study in this chapter. So first we will be studying a pain pathway, next opioid receptor, the lead molecule that is morphine, its mode of action, structure-active relationship and habit forming tendency of morphine. After that we will be studying classification of opioid analgesics, disconnection pathway, and we will conclude this chapter with synthesis and nomenclature. So first I like to explain to you pain pathway. Whether it is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug or narcotic analgesic, it is not possible to understand both the chapters without understanding pain pathway. So पहले मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि how the pain initiate. So assume that there is a injury take place. Assume that injury take place to a hand with knife. So that knife may damage phospholipid, and this damaged phospholipid will convert into the arachidonic acid with the enzyme phospholipase A2. And we have already studied in steroid chapter that glucocorticoids, they inhibit phospholipase A2 enzyme. Okay. Next, arachidonic acid is converted into endoperoxides, and this endoperoxide further converts into the prostaglandin. This is the main culprit, I can say that, for all kind of process, whether it is inflammation, whether it is a pain, or whether it is a hyperthermia. So I'll explain you that what is the role of prostaglandin, which it has synthesized from damaged phospholipid. So first it will induce the inflammation at local site, okay, where injury took place. Second thing is that by binding the nociceptor, it also sends pain signal to the brain. Okay, so I can say that it also induces the pain in your body. Third thing is that it also sends signals toward the hypothalamus, and it raises the body temperature. So in this way, this prostaglandin is responsible for three responses. That is the first, inflammation. Second is pain via this nociceptor pathway, and third one is a hyperthermia. So if we block the synthesis of prostaglandin by giving a COX inhibitor, and what are the COX inhibitor? They all are the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like aspirin, paracetamol, which we already had studied in NSAID chapter. So if you block the synthesis of prostaglandin by blocking COX enzyme, you will get three kind of effect. First, if there will not be prostaglandin, there will not be inflammation. So this effect is called as anti-inflammatory. If there will not be prostaglandin, you will get another effect that is called as analgesic. Why? Because prostaglandin will not bind with nociceptor, isn't it? The third effect which you will get is antipyretic. Of course, if there will not be prostaglandin, it will not send any kind of a signal to the hypothalamus, and there will not be rise in body temperature. But today's chapter is not related with this one. Okay, today we are focusing more toward the central pathway of pain. So this is called as central pathway of pain, where nociceptor is activated by prostaglandin, and now this nociceptor sends further signals toward the brain via spinal cord, then signal goes to medulla oblongata, okay, then next to thalamus and to the cerebrum. And in this central pathway of pain, you can see that here three kinds of receptors are there. The first is a mu, second is a kappa, and third one is a delta. Okay, and when we studied the mode of action of morphine, we came to know that morphine, it is binding with this three kinds of receptor, that is mu, kappa and delta. Okay, and by binding with this three receptor, morphine blocks the pain pathway here. If pain pathway blocks somewhere in spinal cord, somewhere in medulla oblongata or thalamus, so of course pain signal will not reach to the cerebrum, and you don't have any kind of, you don't feel the pain, isn't it? So here I would like to explain that morphine, it interfere in central pathway of pain by binding with mu, kappa and delta receptor, isn't it? Now you can say that in this diagram I have shown that is a spinal cord only delta receptor, but it doesn't mean that only delta receptors are there. Apart from delta, mu and kappa may be over here, but more abundantly delta is present over here in the spinal cord, dorsal horn of spinal cord specifically. In medulla oblongata you can see that here I shown mu and delta and not kappa. It means kappa is also there, but abundant amount of mu and delta is there. In thalamus, in the same way, mu and delta is there. Okay, so in this way, today we supposed to study the narcotic analgesic. Okay, and these drugs, they interfere in pain pathway. Okay, in central pain pathway, and hence they are called as a central analgesic. On the other hand, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs and steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, they interfere in the prostaglandin synthesis in the periphery, okay, and not in central pathway, and hence they are called as a peripheral analgesic. I hope that you understood the pain pathway. Now we will see that what is the opioid analgesic. I would like to repeat it over here that opioid drugs are only analgesic in nature. They are not anti-inflammatory, they are not antipyretic. Why it is so? Because they are just blocking the pain sensation pathway. Okay, they are not blocking the synthesis of prostaglandin. Okay, so so I can say that they are just analgesic drug, just blocking the central pain pathway. Okay, and hence they are called as opioid analgesic. On the other hand, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, they are called as anti-inflammatory, analgesic and antipyretic. Why? Because they are blocking the synthesis of prostaglandin, and if prostaglandin will not be there, there will not be inflammation, there will not be the pain, and there will not be the rise in body temperature, and hence NSAID is called as a NSAID is having three kinds of property. The first is anti-inflammatory, second is antipyretic, and third one is analgesic. Okay. Now question arises that then what are the opioid analgesic? So I can say that any kind of compound, whether it is from synthetic source or natural source. Okay, any kind of compound, whether it is from synthetic source or natural source, which binds with this three receptor mu, kappa and delta, and produce the analgesia, is called as opioid analgesic. So it is not essential that the compound should be from synthetic origin or only from natural origin. Any kind of compound. Okay, so कोई भी compound जो इस receptor से bind करता है mu kappa delta से, okay, and if it produces analgesia, such kind of compounds are known as opioid analgesic. So आज हम यहाँ पर रुकते हैं. Okay, and opioid analgesics, they are mainly used in vital accident or prominent accidents. You can see that is a major accident. This is, I think, that this is another photo of major accident where the intensity or threshold of pain is quite high. In that case, we are using opioid analgesic. So I hope that you understood the pain pathway and the definition of opioid analgesic. Thank you for listening me.